common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing. Had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
Yo, welcome back to another live episode of Learn Crypto. My name is Nick Owen.
I'm Todd Butterfield.
We're going to go over multiple things here. Obviously, we try to be your one-stop shop for crypto and stock, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news. We will be having Todd go over the charts to talk a little bit about what we have been trading, what we've been buying, where we are looking to sell. Obviously, our Patreon members kind of know a little better of what we've been doing recently, so hopefully you guys are tuning in as well. We are going to talk briefly about the SEC delaying the Bitcoin ETF. It is a non-factor in the price, as you can see, and it really wasn't a surprise to us. We're also going to discuss whether or not Satoshi has been found. Has Satoshi Nakamoto finally been found? What does that mean for Bitcoin, or what does that mean for another cryptocurrency? Well, stay tuned and you'll find out what I'm talking about. You guys have probably already heard about it, and that's really about it for the news. So before we get started, a couple things. First of all, shout out to all the new people out here, seeing some new names. Let's hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And if you like free cryptocurrency, we do a giveaway to reward you. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section below the video with your Rapids RPD wallet address or your Telegram handle if you are in the RPD tip bot. Also, on top of that, we do have this, you can't really see it because it's so bright in here, but we do have the Litecoin logo here as well as on the Learn Crypto rocket ship. Shout out to Cameron Work for that, and then also shout out to Brandon Fuller for the $20 donation. You know, we made a good trade for him on Link, and he gave a little of those profits back, so shout out to you. And then the last shout out, man, so many people are giving. We got to give them all their dues.
The Tree Man.
The Tree Man, Clifford Chapman, shout out to you. He sent us a nice silver round. He said everybody's got to get their truck full of silver. And yeah, we like
box.
Yeah, that is a nice box over there.
Nice
That's
box.
probably worth more than this silver round right here.
Right, I think
this
so.
This is a Buffalo silver round, so shout out to you. Really appreciate it. 1 ounce of silver, and I'll be playing with it today. I just love the feeling. All right, well, what do you got to add there, Todd, before we jump right into this and see what we can do to help people gain some education, help them with some trades, and just have a good time?
I think a sell-off incoming.
Oh,
Short-term one.
Oh, man. Well, if you're saying that, I'm going to have to get through this beginning stage here quickly so we can see what it means on the charts. Wow, my camera is awfully dark today. That's not going to help. Yes, we are having some tornado warnings here, but
Right.
We'll go ahead and work through it. You know, the show must go on. The crypto market is not sleeping because of a tornado, so we aren't either. Hopefully these brick walls can hold up here. I know I don't like sitting right by these windows. I'll tell you that much. So Bitcoin is slightly down at $7,976. Oh no. Well, actually, we're looking for Bitcoin to go a little lower here, so that's actually working out well for any trades that we have on. Ethereum up 2% to $256. XRP trying to break that 40-cent mark, and double-digit gains out of Binance Coin up to $32. Oh my gosh, that thing just can't stop, won't stop. Unbelievable price action there. The biggest winners for today: Bitcoin SV up 62%. What is going on, Nick? Well, that is one of the news articles we will discuss, and I'll let you know what I would be doing. Would I be selling, buying, hodling, or just not even paying attention to Bitcoin SV? That will be coming right after Todd looks at some charts. Newton up 18%. Zilliqa, haven't heard that name in a while, up 14%. We do have a higher level sell for Zilliqa on the books for private Discord members. So I'm not going to toss that out right here. Engine Coin up 13% and Digibyte up 13% as well. a lot of altcoins starting to outperform here as Bitcoin has remained stagnant. Now, if Bitcoin has a small correction, I think that actually might put the wind behind the sails of some of these alts, but it has to be small. So we'll wait and see what Todd thinks. Anything over a couple $100, I think, brings fear back into the market, and Bitcoin is going to lead all these big gainers back down. So maybe it's a time to start putting some tight stop losses, or maybe taking some profits on any of these big gainers, especially for coins that you really don't like fundamentally. You just happen to have them at a lower price. Now is a good chance to capture some of those gains and put it in Bitcoin or US dollars. All right, Todd, you are up.
All right. 4-hour Bitcoin. As everybody knows, we're looking for some type of triangle pattern up here, some type of fourth wave. Nothing's really changed. We've got the buys that we normally have here. I don't know why TradingView does that. Then we're showing these short-term buys and sells we've had up here. We've given a few live. We've given a few on the Discord, etc., trying to take a little bit of money out of these things. I think that is risky because I think we're still headed higher. But let's zero in on the Elliott wave I've been looking at. Let's bring this down. Change it to maybe a 1 hour. I'm there zeroing in on the recent action. I'm going to explain a little bit more Elliott wave here for anybody that's interested. We go over this a lot in the Discord. But the red is the A, B, C, D, E white wave 4 that I'm looking for. That would be made up of ABCs. So I called this first ABC down to 7,000, which is really just back to previous fourth wave support. And then I kind of called the rally up to around 8,000. And we did have that. We did mouse up and go to about 8,300. I think that really completed the other ABC. And I still think we're working on an ABC down. Everybody in Discord, we're kind of on pins and needles earlier, trying to figure out whether this is a B wave that ended here, about an hour and a half ago. And I still think it is. I still think we're headed down for this C wave, somewhere down around 7,100 or so, 7,000, mattering what exchange you're on. This is Coinbase here. So Coinbase, I could see 7,100 maybe, something like that here. Because usually the C would be on top of that, so I'm really looking for like 7,100, because those would both be right there. And really that's from taking out these lows. That would get a little few more people short, ruin some longs, so that's kind of what I'm looking for. And I will show the reason of that. Normally on these buys, we've had volume go to new lows while price doesn't. That's been bullish. And I mentioned this a few days ago. I'd have a sell if volume came in and price doesn't respond. And that's kind of what's happening on a small basis. You can see down at the lower right, the volume goes to a new high here. And obviously this really was the B wave high. And then we're really going to a new high here just a few hours ago. So it's not a major divergence, but it's showing the volume is coming in. People are buying, but those are probably the people that are short, people that are under owned Bitcoin that didn't want to buy it all the way up. And then now price is really making lower highs. Because of that, somehow, some way, I feel like that we're in still this wave forward. So somehow, some way, a way forward. And that I've told everybody that can take many different routes. So it could be a regular flat, it could be a zigzag, it could be triangle, etc. It could be ABCX, ABC. This is Bitcoin USDT. I'm going to show you it. It's a little different. That's why it's not too good here. Tether fraud, yeah, they're still talking about that, but it doesn't seem to affect anything. I'm not sure it will. This is Bitcoin USDT. You can see here, got this wave 3 marked here, so we're still working on the wave 4. I did give a sell on this rally up to here because you can see volume came back to almost 0.618 of the previous decline. So it had this decline here, 0.618 retracement. And now you can see there's no interest on the buy side for Bitcoin USDT. So again, I still think some way we're in a sideways correction, which means you don't want to buy breakouts, which we somewhat almost did, back here an hour and a half ago. So everyone was excited about that. I mean, Ethereum did do a 262 or so. It looked like it was going to maybe break out and has came back. Litecoin really never flexed its muscle. That's another reason I didn't think Bitcoin was going to go, because Ethereum looked like it could really go. EOS was looking good. EOS looks good on the software, but as you see there, didn't go. And I will say, these triangles, I mean, last night when I went to bed, I posted around 2:30 in the morning. I was really getting nervous that EOS and Ethereum could rally. So I did nibble a little bit for some people. And then I really took profits and small profits, because I didn't, I thought if I was right last night that the triangle had already ended, these things should have ignited. They didn't. So I don't think we had a small triangle. So I still think, again, we're working on this wave forward, so there's still more downside. So I think you take it back over, Nick, and I'm going to come back with some more juice after that.
It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a fraud, it's Satoshi. Well, not quite. It's Craig Wright, and he registers a Bitcoin white paper copyright saying he is the creator, Satoshi Nakamoto. We've heard this many times before, and the fact of fathom that Bitcoin SV is rallying 75% off of this garbage is almost mind-blowing. Why is it garbage, Nick? Well, let's talk about it real quick. And what does it mean for someone to apply for a copyright and even get a copyright? And really, does that prove anything? Does that prove that he is truly Satoshi Nakamoto? Craig Wright has filed copyright registrations for the Bitcoin white paper and the early Bitcoin code with the U.S. Copyright Office. Guys, it costs $34 and to fill out some paperwork. That's it. It's the latest step in Craig Wright's battle to prove he is truly Bitcoin's creator, the man behind the name Satoshi Nakamoto. Since 2015, Craig Wright, chief scientist of nChain and proponent of Bitcoin SV, has repeatedly claimed he is the creator of the world's largest cryptocurrency, but has been unable to prove with hard evidence. Wright has filed copyright registrations for the Bitcoin white paper and most of the 0.1 version of the Bitcoin's early software. But, however, as the executive director of Coin Center, Jerry Brito, points out, anyone, Todd could say he's Satoshi, anyone can register as a copyright claim. It's not necessarily proof of ownership or recognition by the U.S. Copyright Office itself. Numerous Bitcoin industry giants have slammed Wright as a fraud and labeled him Faketoshi. Wright has recently launched a series of lawsuits against those individuals. I don't think, Satoshi Nakamoto, first of all, Bitcoin was created to really create redistribution of wealth and redistribution of power. Does that sound like something Satoshi would do? Sue those who disagree with him? I think everybody's disagreed with him up until this point. Nobody really believed in the Bitcoin monetary system, and that really goes the exact opposite of what the underlying reason for creating Bitcoin is, and probably the underlying reason why Satoshi disappeared in the first place. Essentially, the copyright registration will act as the new ammo for Wright to support his claim to the Satoshi name. He maintains that he wanted to create an honest system of cash and that Bitcoin SV is his and is the true vision for Bitcoin. Now, you guys can believe he's Satoshi Nakamoto. You can believe he's not Satoshi Nakamoto. Obviously, I believe he isn't. But the fact that him claiming a copyright on a code or claiming a copyright on anything is creating a massive pump in Bitcoin SV, probably manipulated by his own money. I wouldn't doubt him, putting some cash in there, get that manipulation up, run a couple trading bots, get some FOMO going in. Guys, I would be taking profits on Bitcoin SV. BSV is not something of interest for the long term at all. And guys, in the short term, when you get these rips, we like to sell the rips and probably fade the dips on Bitcoin SV, but buy the dips on other cryptocurrencies. So that is just my opinion. If you own Bitcoin SV and you did not sell prior to the fork of Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV, now is an opportunity to recoup some of those losses and maybe get that money into Bitcoin or another altcoin in which we are looking at higher levels on or different trades on as well. What you got going on in the overview over here? Any real questions? See a couple things about Rapids. Something about Craig Wright as being nuts. Did you think Craig knows the real Satoshi? No, I do not. If he does, if he knows the real Satoshi, it's via email conversations back and forth. He doesn't actually know the real individual, just the email address that Satoshi used to use.
Yeah, that's what you're sticking with?
That's what I'm sticking with. Craig Wright is... Yeah. What do you got going on? You want to look at a few charts, and then we'll do the Rapids RPD giveaway from the last live show we did together, as well as go over SEC delaying the Bitcoin ETF. And we are getting an emergency alert. Tornado warning is in the area until 7:30 p.m. Central. Take shelter now. Check local media. Well, I think the show must go on, Todd. We're keeping an eye on it. We're looking okay. This could be the calm before the storm. Just know, guys, we are here, and we're being told to take shelter, but we got some more charts to go over. And if something cuts out, it's probably due to a tornado, and maybe we're going to need some super chats to recoup some of our losses. What do you got going on over there, Todd? You got some people wanting to look at some altcoins. Look at Digibyte. Look at maybe Decred. Some of these other ones.
Well, ADA, everyone's still been talking about. Let's go through a few of them here. I know ICX was kind of back near the highs, so. Go to the 4 hour again. ADA I still like. Couldn't get through that 10-cent mark. Let's go to BAT USD, still at 0.37 now. Talked about that trading sideways, and that is what that one's done. BNB, whoa. Blows to another new high.
Jesus. Yeah, you were saying to nibble there at $18, and I should have listened to that. I was saying, okay, I'll go all in if fucking, well, we just got demonetized, whatever. If BNB gets down to 15, 16 bucks, obviously we didn't make that much of a retrace. Nope. This thing just keeps on keeping on. Now, that isn't me saying chase it here at 32, because historically, you know, you're probably going to have some kind of correction here back to that $28 support level.
And we got Decred. That's still one I thought would lead us higher. I think that one will still hold here and still move higher. EOS. I really thought that overnight was going to get going possibly. So now again, I still think it's in a fourth wave. So buy a dip on EOS if Bitcoin gives it to you. I think that's probably a good trade coming. ICX USD. One that we've been on. Get that up here so we can see it. I would think that one's going to explode higher here at some point. KMD, $1.18. One that we've been long, not doing much. Holding sideways. Let's go to XLM. That one is again one I thought overnight could get going. It's stayed quiet, so not much to say there. I mean, that one still looks good. I think that will ultimately work higher. Probably underowned. Matic, that's one that I knew nothing about, but I did say down here at somebody asked me first about that when we just first had this run. I just said Wyckoff would be long strength. That was a lot of strength that day.
Matic is getting a lot of exposure from both Binance and Coinbase. I think Coinbase actually did some kind of VC investment into Matic. Obviously, that is going to get a lot of ears about their project and a lot of exposure. I did say earlier today in our Patreon that you probably should start taking some profits on that and look for a correction. Looks like we're starting to get that now.
Show me the
Essentially, look, I just think some of these things come onto the scene too hot. Same thing happened with ATOM, Cosmos. I think it could still be a longer-term project. I need to do more fundamental research on it and maybe bring a video to you guys. But when something goes from 0 to top 30 in a matter of days, I mean, things don't go up forever, and there is a limit on market capitalization at some point. And you got to assume outside investors like Binance, Coinbase, and others would be looking to take profits on something that just 10x'd since their investment in the matter of days.
I mean, Jet, thanks for the $10. Here's Litecoin. You know, we've been on that one. I mean, it's holding higher. I don't like it being a little bit slow here the last few days, so I do think it'll pull back a little bit, maybe spring the 84 level, or just come down to spring 87 or something. But I would think if Bitcoin can make a run at 9 or 10 grand, this one's got to have another run in it. Then I think we're going to have to be careful at some point. So most coins, as everybody knows, even PCG accounts, I've just been staying long. trying not to get cute till we get another new high here. Then I think you probably could do some trading
And that goes kind of with the Breezy's comment. He said, "Do you think we're going to break down before continuing upwards? We look very bought on the weekly RSI. What are your thoughts, LTC?"
I mean, I just think ultimately we're still headed higher. So if you don't want to get caught up miss out on something, I think you could just stay long here. So, I mean, my God, we got Bitcoin holding at 8,000, and Joshua, there's a link to the Patreon again coming up. There we are.
We are doing the Patreon only live show at 6:30 p.m. Central Time on Thursday evening. So in 2 days, we're doing the Patreon only live show, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. We will be giving away a Wyckoff and cryptocurrency trading course valued at $300, and we'll be giving away several other prize packages of cryptocurrencies, probably some RPD, probably some Zen, and maybe some others. So probably 4 prizes, and the biggest one, obviously, with the Wyckoff and cryptocurrency trading course. Also, if you don't want to pay now and then pay again, starting next month, we will be giving away a Ledger Nano S to Patreon members. So one lucky individual in our Patreon group will win that Ledger Nano S valued around $100 US.
And then we're giving a course to the Twitter followers, right?
That's correct.
Yeah,
we'll go over that after you go over a few more charts.
We're on fire here with everything. What the Patreon, we're knocking in on 170 members. So we're pretty excited about that. Got a good group over there. So I mean, here's Ripple. This is one we've been on. Software gave us a good buy down here at 0.305 and earlier at 0.325. I think we broke the downtrend. I'd said earlier at 36 would be support. And sideways here, I would think this thing will dig in here again and maybe at least go through 48. I don't know if it'll go to 60 or something if Bitcoin firms up. Not sure on Ripple, but I would think higher. So Neo.
Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention, on top of all the giveaways, Patreon members also are eligible for a 20% discount on the course as well. So Patreon members get a lot of perks. It's not that we don't love you guys here on YouTube. We give you a lot of free content. We really appreciate the super chats like Jet just did, but that is not required. Patreon members are paying for, a 24/7 access to me and Todd, a little more content. So we try to give back some of those funds in the form of giveaways or discounts on various products.
Now I'm getting about 4 hours sleep. Neo, again, still looks good. I think that one resolves the upside even higher. Maybe blows through 1450. Maybe give us a 16 or 17 or something. So that is, that's really all I got at the moment. I will say on the software, Bitcoin USDT is at 44 neutral, coming off what was almost oversold. And Bitcoin USD was at 48 and change earlier today. So again, I don't think, even if we broke out a little bit ago or if we break out tonight, I don't think that's the move to 9 or 10,000. So I think it's some type of move still in the midst of this wave forward. So because of the reasons of volume, because of technometer, et cetera. So I don't think we're going to ignite here. There's a 47.7 on the technometer. That was 48.3 earlier today.
Could you take a look at maybe Square and Digital Currency Group or Galaxy?
There is Square. I mean, we had a technometer reading down here at 38. That is an oversold reading. That did come off of the dash line here. I am not long Square. I did try it here and lost just a little bit. And I should have been on that one, but I thought we was going a little bit lower in the general market. But we're back to 47 already, which is really as bad as overbought as much to here. So I'd like to see that get overbought and then buy the next pullback if it's higher. So you somewhat would have had a buy at 62.50, so $3.40 ago. But again, I wasn't on that because the general market I was a little bit worried of. Here's Shopify. This is one I've said is good longer term. Then this is a new one that I did try to buy. And no, it's not going to come up here, sorry. Galaxy Digital. I'd have to bring up the Yahoo. So
Okay. Well, I'll go over.
I can't get that into the software.
All right, cool. See if there's any questions in this chat box real quick. Bunch of people talking about the Nano S potentially. Yeah, so I finally got my 2 Ledger Nano X's, the new one, and since everything was so delayed, I'm like 2 months behind on the shipment, and I've bought a ton from them. I've given away a ton, and obviously we have a link in the description below, so we sell some ledgers for them. They gave me a free Ledger Nano S, and instead of keeping it as worst case scenario, I decided that would be something that we give away to the Patreon or the community. So that's what that's all about. All right. The last news article and the RPD giveaway coming at you. So this one will be brief. The U.S. SEC delays decision on the VanEck Bitcoin ETF. Yes, an ETF would be great for Bitcoin, but it does not make or break Bitcoin. All this does is give Bitcoin a little more legitimacy and allows an easier on-ramp for bigger investors and institutional investors. Now, the special thing about VanEck Bitcoin ETF versus others is it is trying to be physically settled in Bitcoin. So instead of just me paper trading and then I get US dollars if I'm right or I lose US dollars if I'm wrong, the winner actually gets Bitcoin. That's what you want on a finite supply resource. You want Bitcoin to be paid out to the winners and be taken from the losers. That keeps liquidity in check, and that is what causes higher prices with supply and demand. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has once again delayed its decision on a potential cryptocurrency-based exchange-traded fund. This comes as the latest in a series of delays in relation to crypto ETFs. Institution of proceedings does not indicate that the Commission has reached any conclusions with respect to any of the issues involved, though. Rather, as described below, the Commission seeks and encourages interested persons to provide comments on the proposed rule change and on the underlying crypto or Bitcoin ETF up for debate. I think a Bitcoin ETF is coming. It is just a matter of time. This, again, is not any surprise. They always delay these things until the last possible chance. They have like 3 or 4 chances to rule on it, and that's when we'll see an approval or a denial. Hopefully this time, though, the government in the United States stays open so that approval or denial can actually occur. Guys, the macro fundamentals are very strong for crypto, stronger than they've been even when Bitcoin was at 20,000. Now we have JP Morgan talking about Bitcoin and how it has intrinsic value when, a little bit ago, their president, Jamie Dimon, was saying he would fire anybody at JP Morgan that traded Bitcoin. So the tides are turning. ErisX is coming. BACT is coming. We're hearing from Coinbase that they have $150 million per month of new investment from institutional investors. That is a lot of money coming into cryptocurrencies, and that is just dabbling your toes into this ecosystem. $150 million in the larger spectrum is not a lot, but when you're saying $150 million every month from institutions, and that's only going to grow, and the code dictates the inflation on these crypto assets, and a lot of them have a finite supply. So that bodes very well for us here who have been here so early. Bodes very well for those of you who have been around Learn Crypto for a while. We've been buying since $3,200, and the buys are there on the chart. Todd can show it, and things are looking up and up for us. Shout out to all the Patreon members. They're doing great over there. Thanks for all the trades. Thanks for all the trades that we're making. So we appreciate that. You guys, you pay. We try to make some trades, and we appreciate when you say thanks, and we appreciate when you take the same trades as us, and we're all doing well.
Let's talk about Eplamus for live, because he's in here saying that we didn't call the high from 12,000. And I guess first thing I would say is I didn't have my software then. Everybody knows that I was building the software, so anything at 12,000 would have been just guessing where the markets were going, I guess. So yeah, 12,000. I don't know what your point is. So we gave buys at 1,800, 3,000, 5,000. I'm still long term. Have you changed your future macro outlook after your failed macro view of 2017, 2018? So I think maybe bought Bitcoin at 1,800, 3,200. I was live on air at 3,000 at like 3 in the morning. I'd say we're at 8,000. So I'd say everyone's probably pretty happy with those returns. If you're in here to make 10 and 20 and 100 times your money, you're in the wrong world, I guess. But I don't know what you want me to say to that.
Sounds like somebody was watching Tone Vase and the Big Beezy saying Bitcoin was going to 1,500 and he didn't get none.
Right, exactly.
All right, well, since you don't have any crypto, hopefully you can win this one for you. I hope you get some crypto in the bag. So we're going to go to this last live show we did together here. We're going to go ahead and copy this URL. Throw it in the random comment generator. The winner of 10,000 RPD for just being an active community member is Cody Howie. Love RPD, and there is his RPD address. Congratulations. I will be sending that to you shortly. On top of that, guys, yes, we are giving away crypto for this show. So hit that like button, that subscribe button, and leave that comment in the comment section below with the RPD wallet address like Cody did here, or your Telegram handle if you are in the RPD tip bot. This is just a way to keep you guys active and reward those who are tuning in and day out and, keeping you on your toes. So hopefully you guys can win. A new winner is drawn every next live show me and Todd do together, and upward and onward.
And my outlook is that Bitcoin's going above 20,000 again. I guess that's worth probably what it's written on, nothing, because we'll have to trade that all the way up there and see how it works out. But if I had to guess, that's my guess, and that's a guess. So I don't know if we're going to 36,000. My guess is that's where we're going, but again, who knows? Lodak, you're right. Beezy, he shut down everything, turned off I guess deleted his YouTube, Twitter's, everything, so he's done. Satoshi Nakamoto, that's funny.
That's a good one. We're going to have to get that engraved for below BTFD.
And even all the new people, I mean, I've been almost 100% right this year. So, yeah, I'm going to get slapped somewhere here. Everyone needs to be prepared for that. I'll get sideways, whatever. But I've still got our software that I said for years would help. That's helping. I'm still tweaking the software to make it better. So you're probably going to see me stay pretty hot. But, yeah, I'll have my moments. And I'll get sideswiped. But with the trades I've given so far this year, it wouldn't even matter if I get slapped some. I've had such good trades that it would just come with the territory. And again, I guess Matt did a video. I don't want to keep talking about Matt. Matt did a video saying that it was all screwed up, Todd, about money, blah, blah, blah. Nick and I have been here. We got money coming in. There's no arguments with us. Matt said that Nick and I no one cared about us, and we weren't part of the channel, and he wasn't paying us. So that's how it broke down. And obviously, no one cared about Matt, and they cared about Nick and I. So we've proven that by just staying here doing what we're doing. BTFD engraved on what? What was that for Dustin? We got on the back wall.
We need what is it?
Something engraved on.
Satoshi Nakamoto engraved. That's what we need. We'll hang it right there under the BTFD.
Right. And Tone Vase is still bearish, right?
Tone Vase, the last video I saw, I have not seen his recent video with him in Malta. Yeah, the Malta AI and blockchain event is starting up. That should be pretty interesting. I'll keep you guys posted on Twitter. Rapids is going to be a sponsor, so we're going to have somebody there, so maybe they'll run into Tone. But I did not see that one. But before that, Tone was still calling for a $2,500 Bitcoin from these levels. So I know he's missed this entire rally. He went long, briefly for a couple $100 in the 4,000s.
Yeah.
But he was right as far as the breakdown. He was just saying we're in a bear market, but he said he wasn't going long till 1,500, 2,000, 25, and of course we never got down to those levels. So I know he apparently still has some Bitcoin because he does all these conferences, so he gets paid in
right.
Bitcoin. So I don't know if he sells that to live or whatnot, but
I guess he's still lacking for conferences though, even if he's so bearish. I guess.
Well, is there any other charts you want Todd to take a look at? Any fundamental questions? It is getting pretty dark out.
Yeah.
I just
and rainy and.
Whoa, it's crazy. Let us know in that chat box. A reminder, Thursday night, guys, a Patreon-only AMA-style show at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. So if you are a Patreon member, get your questions ready. Your questions are answers live for you guys. If you're not in the Patreon, maybe take a look at it, patreon.com/learncrypto, or head over to learncrypto.io to see what else we can offer you. We're here for one reason and one reason only. That is to try to make some money in these markets. If it trades, we're trying to trade it. We look at that from a fundamental perspective and news perspective on my side, and a technical analysis, Wyckoff and Elliott Wave perspective on Todd's side. make a pretty good team, doing pretty well in the markets right now, and hope that continues. Hopefully you guys enjoy tuning into these YouTube videos, and maybe this is all the information you really need. So we're constantly going over the news, the fundamentals, and the charts here on the show, so you should probably keep tuning in if you want to stay up to date on cryptocurrencies and the crypto markets. And if you haven't already, go to our YouTube homepage to check out all of our recorded videos, from interviews with the John McAfee, Charles Hoskinson, Thomas Lee. Yes, those are over there. Reviews on some cryptocurrencies, as well as recorded technical analysis videos as well. We hope to maybe get back into doing more recorded videos, but we've been quite busy with live shows and with the Patreon members. So they got to come first. They are the first priority. And then YouTube, of course, is a way that we can continue to help those in need, continue to educate those, and continue to build a community and build a relationship with you guys each and every day.
There's Con Digger wants to know what we think about XLM. I went over that earlier. We think that one digs in here and goes higher. Maybe pulls back in the next day or two with Bitcoin. In front of us is Zill. Talked about this in the Patreon the other day. I mean, looks like sideways accumulation. I said we need to get above this 24-cent level. We did poke our head there, and we're back at 0.212. So that's not impressive yet. Big volume did come in. So I had said stay long. I'd hate to see 14 cents. But I'd still stay long. I think this one should be able to break out to the upside.
So we're hoping that kind of jumps above it, maybe backs back up to that level, and then we can get in the markup phase, or what point?
Yeah, I mean, that's a sign of strength inside the trading range there.
Okay.
Just be nice now to get through 0.024, which I think it'll do when Bitcoin decides to head up one more time. There's Tesla on the stock software. Definitely in the news, a lot of selling going on. Don't really have any opinions there myself. That's been a weak one, which usually you would stay away from. There is some volume down here. So, it could go trading range here, but I think I'd look somewhere else to invest money, a little less risky than that.
Can Dager says, hey brothers, what do you think about XLM? I have 73,000. Should I wait? Do you own 73,000 XLM, or do you have $73,000? Are you asking if you should buy it or if you should sell it? And then maybe we can give an opinion, but Todd kind of...
Weather's good shit.
Yeah, Todd kind of just gave his opinion there, that we're hoping for more strength here, and you probably would put a stop there at 14, 15 cents?
Yeah, I'd hate to see 16 cents now after the last couple of days here. But I would think that will work through the resistance.
Drain the Swamp 2.0 says, everyone buy DGB at 9 p.m.
It's getting nasty out.
It is. Well, fuck. Might as well stay live. I got to drive home in this. I'm going to get my car picked up and thrown around.
Your girlfriend's not watching. She was trying to get you to come home.
She's pissed. She is not too happy. Everybody is saying to buy DGB at 9 p.m. on Bittrex. Don't miss out. I don't know about all of that, but I do own some DGB, so if you're buying some, awesome.
DGB, yeah.
Joshua Jane says he just signed up for the Patreon group. Well, shout out to you. I will send you the private Discord link if I don't get sucked up by a tornado when I go home. And we'll get you in there tonight. You can take a look around, catch up with the latest information from Todd, myself, and Palm Beach Confidential and Palm Beach Trader.
Yeah, I don't think you're going anywhere, dude.
Maybe not. Maybe we just sit here and chit-chat, hang out for a little bit. Look how dark it got. Look at behind me. Let's see.
Screw up my night.
Look at that. Look at me.
And
You
rain.
can't even see me. Look at that. Whoa. Crazy.
Let's go back to Bitcoin, still 79.17. So anybody late here? We're still looking at this triangle up here at the top. I still think we're going to work sideways somehow, some way. Hopefully I'll have a buy somewhere over here to the right on some type of pullback. So if we break down tonight through this yellow support line, I did say I think that was a place to be short. I got a few short positions. I'm going to slip on here and just, again, look for maybe the move down to 7,100 on Coinbase.
We got somebody asking if you can check out ETC BTC. Josh.
First of all, I'm going to do...
Dane Pinkston says, in Baldwin, and it's past me, sun trying to come out. Well, hopefully it gets past us soon because it is looking rough outside.
There's V-Chain. We talked about this, jumping the creek and backing up to it. This one should be ready for markup. I would think that one's going to rock and roll. I'd have no problem being long that.
Whoa.
ETC, BTC. Can't say much about that one. I mean, that probably is a spring. We've had good volume coming off of there. So ETC USD. Same chart as VEN, really. VET. I mean, I think that jump and back up, and that one's ready to go as well. So some of these could really make pretty big percent moves, I'm guessing, on the next rally. Matic, we had mentioned when it was getting started, it was good, and then Nick gave a sell in the Discord. And now I guess I would think probably violently sideways now would be my guess. If you go to the 15-minute, I would think probably 0.02 of support if it would fall that much. This should have been some support here. So I would think higher and sideways. I think I would have to take Ethereum right now over ETC. I like Ethereum and EOS. I think an XLM on a pullback in Bitcoin.
See you later. Pity the fool is heading out.
Then can we run a disclaimer real quick? Fast and furious.
There is a high degree of risk involved in trading cryptocurrencies. Our thoughts and ideas are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your personal advisor or do your own research. Past results are not indicative of future returns.
Dolphin134 says DRGN Dragon Chain grabs another U.S. patent, by the way. And somebody else was asking about Dragon Chain. Maybe you can pull up that chart. Probably not going to be able to say much. Dragon Chain is one that I did not, the hype ran Dragon Chain up to like $7. I said, the first time I really started publicly buying Dragon Chain, I said anything below $1 I would buy. Obviously, it's come down way deeper than that, but at least we weren't at $7. And, Dragon Chain is continuing to build, continuing to expand their team, continuing to work with traditional companies, and they are based in the United States, which is very strict on regulation. So if they are working and getting patents and they're following regulation, then they're probably doing something correct over there. And if you own Dragon from higher levels, I think this is a really good opportunity to do what is called a double down. It is to reduce that cost basis to purchase more DRGN. And therefore, if you were in at $1 and now you can get it at 9 cents, if you buy the same amount of coins, you are cutting that cost basis nearly in half, which means that you'll be in the green and in the profit when the market turns around quicker than anybody else.
Tornado spotted in St. Louis.
Whoa,
we're downtown. What's up, Tammy?
Where's the tornado at?
Bring me back the screen here. This is BCH. This is the way I had it labeled before. I'm still going to leave it there because this happened back on Bitcoin there. Where was it? Back at 5,000 or something. This is the labels I had. So even though it did run up here overnight and make new highs, that can still be like an ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 come down here. So even though it went to a new high, you still can label it this way. So again, I still think it's maybe a little bit of weakness, but this is showing you it's stronger. So I think this is one you can buy on a pullback. And I think if Bitcoin gives you that 72, 7,100, I would buy BCH wherever it's at. That would be the plan. So that's all I got. I've had a long, long ass day with no sleep. So I'm out of here.
That's it?
Yep.
Is that all we got? We went over some news, some fundamentals. We did a giveaway. We did some charts. If you guys have any more questions, you got about 1 minute to ask them, and we will see where we're going. We'll see if we're going to get that C wave down to make sure that Todd is still 100% and to get our bags filled once again before liftoff, or if BTC has other things in mind, if we're going to pop our head out and have a little bit of breakout here. The fact that it has not broken out yet, each passing minute increases the probability for some kind of downturn in the Bitcoin and the market, because if it was going to break up, it should have been done doing it already.
I don't think EOS is going to drop back that much. Overstock has came under pressure. I guess I would think Overstock can still be bought. EOS, I mean, same thing, I guess, $6. I mean, I'd be a buyer of EOS at $6. Overstock got slapped because of the news from the chairman or whatever. I mean, that one's been annihilated. There's a lot of selling down here, so I would have to think this is probably a selling climax. I think that would be a low risk one to have here.
Sweet. I think that's about all we got. And hopefully we'll see what the weather's like, if I might be able to get out of here. It is terrible. Look behind me. Whoa. It is dark in here. It is dark outside. Apparently there was a tornado spotted, so we will see. But the show had to go on. The girlfriend's mad at me. The weather is not liking us either. But
can't
Bitcoin
stay here either.
Never sleeps.
Can't stay here.
Can't stay here? What are you doing? You can't be doing nothing out in this weather.
Nope.
I know what you're doing.
What
Shout
up,
out once
Roger
again to
Ripple?
Clifford Chapman for the silver 1 ounce silver coin here. I just can't stop playing with it. Appreciate it.
Quit touching my coins,
My
bitch.
coin. Put that up there.
Right.
That is about all we got. Until next time, guys, stay tuned for your daily updates on cryptocurrencies right here. I Learn Crypto. Hopefully we'll see you over at Patreon, and hopefully we'll see you Thursday night at the Patreon-only live show. Your questions, our answers.
Wave C income.
I've got balls of steel.
Oh, hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you gotta be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck, everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.